Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is episode 12. If it's not, then I'll correct it in post, so don't worry about it. So I've got something slightly different for you. Just as an intro, I'm going to be showing you an edit that I did for my friend who only had one GoPro for his airsoft game. He was asking me, could I put them together or something? And I said, yeah, of course, let's fly through it. So check that out now.
Got it? I know a path that will take us. If we go right here, we can get right around the back of them. Get my thing to update here. That's menu here. Yeah, they're standing right at the artillery shoulder. Game's over anyway. It didn't update. That was nice, like I couldn't see the bush. What? Yeah, me and him tracked up the back.
So guys, what do you think of that little edit? Me, I was pleasantly surprised by the GoPro. Really liked the footage that came out of it. I really liked the quality that I could punch in and zoom in and get those different types of shots. And it shows you that you don't need all these cameras attached to you, despite me doing that and lots of other YouTubers. But if you're just starting out, get one decent GoPro, put it on you and try and go from there. The only reason I went out and started filming with all these different cameras is because I have a background in that field. With that being said, tomorrow night, Monday the 20th of April at 8 o'clock UK time, that's 8 o'clock in the evening, I'll be going on YouTube live and showing you my screen, my edit, and showing you how I did that. Now if you would like to be a part of that, join in, jump in with any questions, ask me anything you want. I've got a wealth of knowledge and I should be able to answer all your questions and give you loads of tips. If I don't, I'll find out for you and message you at another date. Anyway, let's get into today's episode. Welcome. Today we are at FRV Airsoft. The gameplay comes from a few months ago, so don't worry. I haven't been out at the weekend shooting. I've been staying at home like the majority of us. FRV is a 55-acre site and there are only 12 of us today playing at it. 6 aside, and there are no boundaries. This is a huge game. And today's skirmish reminds me very much like a milsim. You just don't know where the enemy are going to come from. Our team's objective for this game is to defend the village, whilst the rest of my team set up a defensive perimeter. I've been given the orders to go on the offensive and hunt the enemy down. The village is right in the centre of the FRV site, and I don't know where the enemy are spawning from. With no boundaries, they could come at us from any direction, proving it very difficult in trying to hunt them down. One thing's for sure though, animals and humans always stick to tracks. And sure enough, I spot my first victim. The enemy player is just up ahead of me 20 meters and in a corridor of bushes. If I was to follow him now, I would be leaving myself wide open for an attack. So I let him move forward into another area before I push up. At this point, I don't know whether the player turned right or went straight ahead. So I have to listen and use some instinct. That's one enemy down. Although I was possibly silhouetted with the sun behind me, I kept still after that last shot, ensuring that the enemy didn't know my position. If you watch back closely, you'll see that I took that enemy out even before he raised his rifle. It just goes to show you should always have your weapon in a ready position. Had he have been gun ready coming round that corner, it might have been a different outcome. At this point, I retreated round to an enemy flank, and again I sit and listen. The enemy seems to have been alone, so I move on to my next spot. Tactically, it made sense that the enemy would be coming from my right. However, once again, I get a gut feeling that I'm being stalked, and sure enough, an enemy is coming up on my 6. Again, after taking that enemy out, I stay still. I don't want him to spot me, and I also don't know if he is alone. I keep on changing position. This makes it very difficult for the enemy to locate me. Like in previous gameplay videos, my team and I were using the Ares Alpha app. I can see that my team are in the village. I'm over 200 meters away from their position, but still engage an enemy. That gives me the suspicion that they're too busy trying to hunt me than get the objective. That being said, my team leader radios in to tell me that the game is almost over. With time running out, the enemy will start pushing on the village. So I start making my way back to my teammates to help defend the village perimeter. And that was another player coming round the corner with the rifle not ready. One by one returning to base, I bump into my team players. I catch up with Stu, who gives me the lowdown on the enemy coming into play. And at this point, Stu knew he f***ed up. With that last kill, we end the match. I hope you really liked this week's episode. We're running low on footage, so let's hope we get back out soon. And as always, if you like this week's episode, please subscribe, like, share and comment, and I'll always get back to you.